Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And as you guys know, if one of the videos here hits 2,000 likes before the end of the year, we are giving away 500 XRP. I know it's crazy, but if you guys were wondering actually where that money is going to come from, over this whole year, I think I've received about 770 or so XRP from bitrue referral rewards. Plus, of course, I got some interest on that, and I thought, you know what? I actually am never really looking at that XRP that is in that wallet. And since I'm not going to give away 750, that's a little bit too much. I was like, you know what? Let me give away 500 XRP if you guys go completely crazy over one video because, man, it's only once a year anyway. And it was basically free money for me regardless. So I'm like, man, if I can help somebody out, and I might actually just give away 25 XRP to a lot of different people. Maybe 100 to 5, just depending on what you guys want. You can always just let me know in the comment section or vote whenever I really say that I'm going to be giving it away. You guys can tell whatever. It doesn't matter to me. But yeah, that is the reason why. All right. Just for if you guys wanted to know. I have a lot of links down below which can earn me a reward. Talking about GSX, by the way, here can also earn me a referral commission. You get 5% extra coins by using my link, but of course, as I said before, there is some catch to it as I do get something. But having said that, guys, check out GSX though, because I personally have put some money in. And I'm just saying all this referral stuff because some people say, you're not telling us you are. Man, every link I put down below could earn me something. Doesn't mean it does. Doesn't mean it actually pays. Some just literally pay $1 every year or so, right? So with Binance, I think I've made $4 in 3 years that I've been promoting it. So it's not like it really works necessarily. I'm just putting it there to be certain that you guys know. But GSX is basically the first world's growth coin. And what it can do, which is why I'm excited about it, is basically they have gold-backed cryptocurrency where it's like they have gold-rich land and gold specifically. And the coins that they will be issuing will basically derive its value from the amount of assets that they have, which will keep growing as they reinvest, which makes sure that the money keeps going up in terms of value, yada, yada, yada. 24% bonus right now for purchasing, which keeps going down every couple of days, plus some other cool bonuses, and of course my 5% bonus for link, just letting you guys know. All right. So I just want to quickly get that out of the way because the New Year's is almost here. Getting pretty excited about it, by the way, too. I just saw this little section here from Gekko, who some have said has gone crazy because he's been putting up a lot of tweets lately here with some crazy narratives and some crazy talks. So, some people have said he's gone off the handle, he's going completely mad, but he posted something which I found interesting. It had a couple of little snippets right here, and let's quickly read through it. Sidney Powell did a fantastic job representing Flynn. Don't fall for the media bait. The SEC showdown is purely theater. Look at Amazon and Tesla. Like I said earlier, everything will come down to the courts and it will happen all at once. The courts will be deemed corrupt. Trump will have exercised every legal option with no success, and so he will utilize the military. It was always the military. Trump was an asset. So that is already an interesting statement. I also doubt it whether or not I should read that out loud because, again, a lot of people have it's definitely a controversial subject. Let me speak it out like that. But I still wanted to cover it regardless because I do think it's important to see what some other guys are thinking within this little community here because XRP is so divided right now. So many people are talking about different theories, and this is one of the craziest ones I could find. As you can see Papa Bear say on the right there, it's sounding pretty damn crazy, so I wanted to quickly share it. Another one said, look at Flare and Flare Finance. XRP will be the backbone of interoperability and payment settlements, and anytime you need to swap money or send money, there will be an ecosystem, of course, with other crypto assets. I just personally think one thing, and that is that a lot of this cannot be compared to each other, as the SEC, what they were doing with Amazon and Tesla is not really comparable to what they're doing with XRP. On the contrary, it is so that the response to a lot of the supporters is definitely the same. Where whenever the SEC charges somebody, everybody who was for the project, well, they're going to be divided into kind of a 50-50 group where a lot of people are like, well, we knew this all along. There was a scam, even though they held for the longest time. And a lot of others are like, well, let's hold through it. Let's stay positive. And I'm, I guess, on the second side where I'm like, well, let's wait for this to be decided. Let's wait for the court to really pull through and explain to us what is real and what is not real, what sounds fair, what sounds not fair, if XRP is a security in the United States or not. Second one here, it's already begun. What is your price prediction for XRP when it will reach the target price? And once more, guys, any prediction of the price here is not necessarily my own opinion. My own personal opinion about the price is that if the lawsuit, again, turns out to be a positive thing, the price will do positive. If it turns out to be a negative thing, the price will do negative. Logically, but that is my opinion. And that is everything I can say about the price in terms of prediction. Because, yeah, I don't necessarily know where it's going to be going to. Do I have a target? Yeah, still. Couple dollars is my first target to really sell out. I think like maybe 10 or so. But once more, it doesn't mean we'll actually get there. And nothing that we're reading right here is financial advice. XRP will be valued in the thousands of dollars. Some riddlers have said 2K, but really, that is just meaning to $XXXX and connecting to 13. Most of your questions are time-based. You must shift your mind out of a linear time-based thinking. The day of the switch is happening mid-January. I tell you the date, but I don't want to spoil the timeline, and it's more fun to keep the mystery. I disagree with that completely. Why not just give us the exact date if you know? That's a little bit odd. Maybe if you guys have an idea, I can give it a nod. Everyone has to realize one thing. This is all happening in the courts, and the courts are, I don't want to say that word. Lynn Wood, who is working with Sidney Powell and co on was recently making allegations that SCOTUS Sage John Roberts is a, all right, let me quit. I can't read this out loud in the video, man. They're going to come after me. I cannot do that. I'm just going to have to explain what is in there because I now just see it's too heavy. It's too heavy for a video. You guys should just quickly pause the video and read it yourself because I do not want to, say that out loud in the video just to be sure. The basic point of that little part is that they're connecting everything that's happening in the global scheme. All this uncertainty of the U.S. government basically is being attached to XRP. At least that's the way that I'm seeing it. Now, one thing I must instantly say is that this is a little bit far-fetched because you don't have any official sources. You have some, I guess, numbers, but you don't have any official sources. And another part of it is, well, it doesn't necessarily mean that there's any truth to it. It could have been somebody just commenting this, and it makes a little bit of sense, but it doesn't mean that there's actually any backing, all right, necessarily. This complaint is wrong as a matter of law. Other major branches of the U.S. government, including the Justice Department and the Treasury Department's FinCEN, have already determined that XRP is a currency. However, we did see from the government once more as well that all different bodies of the U.S. government can actually have a differing opinion on how to value it. The tax authority, so the IRS, may see it differently than the SEC, which may see it differently than FinCEN, because the IRS could, for example, see it as an asset, as a how would you call that? Like an asset. I didn't know the official name anymore, but let's just call it an asset. The FinCEN could see it as a currency, and the SEC could see it as a security, all at once, or something like that. It was really crazy, but it is the way it is. Transactions in XRP thus fall outside of the scope of the federal security laws. This is not the first time the SEC has tried to go beyond its statutory authority. The courts have corrected it before and will do so again, which is also another question, because if you, whatever we just kind of concluded just now, think that that is true, then it will most likely be the case that XRP will still be deemed a security, even though it shouldn't be that way following the law. But they will still be deemed that way because everything is kind of going bad, right? Logically. This one doesn't have that much bad stuff in it, just bad math, some guys have said. How the XRP buyback will be enacted. This is kind of referring to the idea that a lot of guys have said they're just trying to get XRP price down low right now for a lot of these guys to enter. And I don't know if I really believe that, but okay. XRP is the new I don't know what it says. Updated blockchain BTC 2.0 XDR. See my what XRP is post. XRP is the native token of the Ripple network, which is built for government and bank use. When XRP takes up its official role and can no longer play with the plebs, we will be incentivized to sell the tokens back. The magic 10K figure in the XRP community was planted. Does anyone know the original source? As many, myself included, would be prepared to sell our bags at this figure, which is also quite contrary, I would figure. Because if you're thinking to sell your XRP at $10,000, you're basically saying, okay, at $10,000, the US dollar has really lost all its value. It's not worth much anymore, and crypto will definitely be at a stage where it's mainly adopted, because otherwise, so many people have put so much money in, it cannot reach 10K without people doing so, right? So then, getting rid of your coins at a $10,000 figure is quite counterintuitive, because what are you going to do with it then? Put it in US dollars, which you distrust? Because that's really how XRP could get its value, if the US dollar is distrusted, which means that there will be hyperinflation and so forth and so on. But then going back and selling your bags is kind of counterintuitive, but that's just me. After this buyback, at reset XRP will be used to tokenize all the money. all the precious metals, all the gold ever mined in history, which at an estimated 197.5, basically, or 197,576 tons is worth $11 trillion. $11 trillion gold divided by 100 billion XRP equals 110 million. And that's just gold. So somebody said here, 11 trillion over 100 billion is 110. 1 trillion is 1,000 billion. 11,000 billion over 100 billion is 110. Not 110 million. Huh. So that kind of defeats the purpose. It's all right. 11. Wait, let's see. $11 trillion means $11 trillion of gold divided by 100 billion XRP coins. It's still $110 per XRP though, and that's just gold. Those who will hold until their XRP is prizzed. It's annoying because the quality is so low. Prizzed from their cold dead fingers will find XRP is simply not sellable above the 10k price/rate, and holding it is as pointless as buying it under their shacks. It is also possible XRP still held by retail investors will be escrowed for transaction burn or donated to the IMF for global liquidity in the new quantum financial system. So I basically can disregard any person who believes this or likes this or really thinks that this is the truth, because this sounds like the stupidest thing in my opinion. It looks like 4chan does look like it. I kind of feel as if Sir Gordon here has gone off and has gone completely mad. But that's maybe because people are following Bubba Cugs and following the Mr. Pool guy. And I basically, of course, have regarded that as BS. If you guys really think this is the truth, you better get away from my channel, because this stuff I cannot get behind. I cannot. There's 33,000 people following somebody who just keeps popping up with some pictures and leaving. And those pictures, in my opinion, have no real relevance whatsoever. I just personally think this is a very big game. And even though he might be a very, very bright individual, knowing how to connect things very properly and having some insights that we do not all see because he does a lot of research, which could be true, I do believe a lot of this stuff is just not important whatsoever and does not really relate to anything specific. I could just literally try and make these cryptic tweets as well, and literally, guys, so many people will follow it, so many people will fall for it and find meaning, because that's the fun thing about these cryptic things. You can always find something inside of there. But actually, the point of the video was to say that Ripple says it will thrive despite massive XRP losses. Huh. I should have maybe split these two things up in two different videos, but alright. Let's just quickly go over it though, because the conspiracy stuff, it kind of made my head hurt. So let's talk about something which I do find interesting. Ripple says it will thrive despite XRP massive losses. San Francisco-based blockchain firm Ripple has announced that it will continue with its operations even if it faces a lawsuit. The firm said that the current legal troubles would not throw a spoke in the wheels of operations or handicap progress. Considering the current circumstances, this is a bold claim from Ripple, XRP's issuing company. That's again already a potentially wrong statement, but alright. Ripple demurred SEC actions saying they would harm innocent retail XRP users, and the SEC lawsuit has stymied XRP trading activity as many exchanges have announced plans to delist the token from their sites. So far, several major exchanges, such as whatever, have either delisted the token or announced a suspension of trading, worsening the token's trajectory. Institutional investors have seemingly started to walk away from the token as well. Giant crypto investment firm Grayscale delineated on its website that XRP Trust private placement is currently closed, but that's BS as well, because it's actually been closed for like 4 months or so. The blockchain company announced that all its products will still be available in the US, adding that the bulk of XRP trading volume takes place outside the US under clear regulatory rules. The executives maintain that the company's operation won't be hampered by US-based companies and exchanges that have suspended XRP trading. The company did not mention anything in the lines of its ODL service, and it remains unclear if the lack of exchange on-ramps will affect the cross-border payment product. Elsewhere, crypto research firm The TIE has labeled the current slump in XRP market cap as the third largest collapse of all time. XRP's valuation has dropped to about $10 billion from its highest market cap of $137 billion that was recorded in 2018. These figures translate to a 93% descent, and The TIE's Josh Frank equated this nosedive to the collapse of major financial institutions. According to the research firm, the token has seen more fall in value than former energy, commodities, and service company Enron. quote, XRP's market cap has fallen by 93% from $137 billion to under $10 billion. That makes the value of the XRP collapse bigger than Enron and WorldCom. While not a bankruptcy, XRP is effectively the third largest collapse of all time behind Lehman Brothers and Washington Mutual, he wrote on Twitter. Lehman Brothers had a loss of over $690 billion before an eventual shutdown in 2008, whereas Washington Mutual recorded a plunge net north of $325 billion. That was it for that article. Let's move on to the last one. Gold bug Peter Schiff's understanding of money is flawed, says his pro-Bitcoin son. I just want you guys to know that there will be people who differ in opinion. And I personally also think that guys like this who are just really against Bitcoin are either doing it because they're afraid of it. Another part could be that they hadn't invested and they want to push it down. Another part is they do not want to openly admit that they have it and they want to kind of wait for a bigger point where they change their minds. Or they just want to get a lot of freaking attention by all the people who do also not like Bitcoin. It's just kind of an attention-grabbing thing to get yourself more money in the end because, well, he's most likely making money off of it in some way, shape, or form, even though we don't know which one just quite yet. He's most likely doing it. We can kind of bet our money on that one. Now, having said that, guys, make sure you check out Growth Masters Academy. A link is down below. And to kind of conclude the video here, because we talked about this one so late inside of it, Ripple says it will thrive despite massive XP losses. The thing is, they really have kind of confirmed that it doesn't matter if they're called a security. It doesn't matter if they stop trading in the US. It doesn't matter if all those guys stop listing it or delist it or stop trading it. It doesn't really matter. They will continue. They will thrive. And that's actually kind of a bullish thing as well, right? The fact that we cannot go wrong. We can just lose XRP value because of what the US thinks. But still, the US is not the world. It doesn't mean that everything, everywhere, is just going to be completely broken. It's just a specific part, which I sometimes like to think about. But yeah, guys, that was it for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe, and I will definitely see you guys again in another crypto video. Take care, everybody, and have a very, very nice new year, by the way.